Good afternoon, everyone. This is David with Bolivar Live. Well, uh, we've got a little something happened here this afternoon, and what you're looking at now is the radar scope that I use. We don't have the other one. We were having some computer problems, but between the flying and more, I guess you could say, the eye really forming. It's moved over 40 miles or 30 or 35 miles to the west, which moves everything over a little bit. And it happened about, I don't know, 2:30. I saw it about 3 o'clock and was at home looking at some stuff and came back up to the office and started looking at it and waited for the 4 o'clock update from the National Hurricane Center. And we're going to look, one of the forecast tracks that I saw looked like they have it into consideration. And I talked to Eric, and then he also did a live feed. And so I'm going to let y'all see what's happening here. Now, the forecast track, or let's look at the National Hurricane Center. Right now, we've got tropical storm watches up through about High Island. And then it goes to tropical storm warnings, probably somewhere east of High Island, over to about the state line, Port Arthur maybe, and then goes under the hurricane warnings, and then back. So everything's moved over a little bit. And typically they're talking about this storm intensifying, and if it does, hopefully it'll move back to the east a little bit. But it changes up things a little bit here, and I'm not petrified or anything, but I don't feel as good as I did because it jumped once and it may do it again. Um, and Eric just texted me and thought we would have tides here 2 to 5 foot now because of the move above normal. And so we are going to have a north wind though. Once this thing gets up, and we're going to have a north wind, and that's good for us because it blows water away from us and out of the bay, and hopefully will help on some of this. But 1 a.m. Wednesday morning, you can see it's due south of Galveston. And then about a 1 p.m. landing on Wednesday. And so this thing's going to move fast because it's Monday afternoon. You can see the 4 o'clock mark, and then you can see the Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And so we're really going to watch this, and especially tomorrow going into Wednesday, and then Wednesday, we're going to watch this, especially going in tomorrow evening and then breaking into that Wednesday morning, because that's when I think we'll have a chance of some tide elevation. And so, once we get that north wind, it'll take a little bit to blow it out. But we're going to come in tomorrow morning, do all the updates. In fact, I'm sure I'll be up tonight doing the updates. But I want to show you the forecast track real quick, and we'll go back to this. This is from Tropical Tidbits, and Levi Cohen does an awesome job with these. And typically the black line is the center from my understanding. And I think it's going to be a little bit more about there or a little bit more to the east. I'm not a weather person though. I'm going off past history. It seems like storms always move to the east a little bit. Hopefully this one does. Because right now you're looking at closer to Lake Charles, and bless their hearts, they had, the storms. Laura went through there, and then they just imploded a building, in fact, that was damaged during one of the storms. And so, but you can see the models have all moved over a little bit, but they're still pretty consolidated in, 50-mile area, maybe 60-mile, 50-mile. And so that's good there. But it moves it a little bit closer to Bolivar Peninsula and where it's going to come up. And so that's what I worry about, is how long is it going to have to be able to blow water up to us. And earlier, when I was talking to Eric before the move, we were talking, and he said maybe 2 to 3 feet, 3 feet max. But now, it's gone up probably more of the 2.5 or 3 foot to up to 5 foot, depending on the intensity. And I'm going to show you the intensity because they have up that, a little bit. Look at 48 hours, and that's about when it's going to make landfall. Um, just about everything's in. From what I'm hearing the meteorologists say, a Cat 1 could even be a low Cat 2. And some of them are saying it could intensify even more. And so, we're going to keep an eye on it. We're doing this strictly so you don't have to jump around and look at the different modeling and look at the different graphs and stuff. We try and put it all together for you. But the big thing is we're going to let you know what's happening here on Bolivar Peninsula. We'll be out early tomorrow morning. I think we came in about 3:30 this morning and started, and then did a live feed. I think it was a little after 5 or 5:30, and we're going to do that again tomorrow morning. After I believe they do a 4 a.m. update, and so we'll put everything together as soon as we get done there. Having trouble with the computer. We're about reached our storage limit, and so I'm going to try and move some stuff around tomorrow. But anyway, this is from Radar Scope. It's an app that you can get on your phone, and then they have different radars, different areas. Like I've got Brownsville marked. In fact, let me zoom out over here and show you something. Get to the view, zoom out. And I'm going to move it down a little bit so that you can see where it is compared to Bolivar in Galveston and that. And so there you can see Houston, and then we're right to the east. Let me see here if I can get this. Yeah, this is Bolivar Peninsula right here. And so I'm drawing a little blue thing on there. I've always wanted to do that. And then you can see the eye down here. And anyway, I had to do that. But anyway, we're going to keep you connected, let you know what's going on here. We're really going to be on top of things and doing live feeds from around Bolivar starting tomorrow morning, and then into especially Tuesday evening into Wednesday, and Wednesday evening once it passes us, and let you know what's going on. The one area I worry about is the Bolivar Ferry, if we get winds. And I haven't run the wind models, but it was looking about 40 mile an hour with some gusts, 45 mile an hour with some gusts, which which should be okay for the ferry, but it's the tide. And then also we have Highway 87, and we're going to be monitoring that. I haven't heard anything. I mean, Galveston County put out a little deal that was talking about preparation and that, and so we're going to try and see if they have anything else. I haven't heard of any evacuations or voluntary or anything, but when it's something like this and it's that close, it jumped 35 miles or so, 30 miles. If it did that again, then it's a whole different ball game, and that's what I kept telling people today. They said, this morning, they said, well, David, it's looked like we're in the clear. Yeah, we are right now, but we still have to wait until it makes landfall. And when it jumps 25 or 30 miles, that's a big difference when we're this close. And so, I don't want to alarm anyone, but this time of year, you always need to look ahead. And Chris and I started talking about it actually Saturday, about what we may do as far as getting her and Gabby out. And we've called my mom, and she said, there's always a bed open for you and Chris or Chris. We're going to stay here. We'd be in High Island if we needed to. But I think we're going to have some high tide like we did during Burl. I don't know how much. I'm not a weather person, but I can tell you if you had to leave and it was flooded for a medical emergency, I would leave and go ahead and stay a couple days somewhere, head out to the hill country or something and enjoy a little time out there so you don't have to worry about it. So Anyway, but we'll keep you posted on what we see. And once again, the National Hurricane Center track. Let me find my mouse over here. Get it back over here. There it is. Has moved a little bit to the west. Oh, that's the forecast track. Has moved a little bit to the west. And there you can see the watches and warnings, which puts us under a tropical storm watch now. And in fact, the whole Texas coast all the way down into Mexico is. And we're going to try and look at a surge map tomorrow morning and see what they have on that, what they're predicting on tropical storm surge. I don't like the maps because they talk about above land and there's different elevations. So I haven't figured out how they came up with that, but maybe someone can explain to me. But anyway, there's the latest forecast at 4 p.m. and we'll be back either tonight if something changes and we need to let you know. If not, tomorrow morning bright and early. Remember, always refer back to the National Hurricane Center and Galveston County Office of Emergency Management. You can register and get updates from them, and it's a great site to be registered at. They'll let you know exactly what's going on and when here in Galveston County. So we're going to head on out. Hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.